Steve, fabulous to see you back in Seattle. Lots been happening for you coming into 2015. Let's start with your book, 500 Days. Just tell us the inspiration.
Obviously, it came from the injury that I had when I was still playing for Seattle back in 2011. During my recovery, I kept a lot of journals and sent different emails to people, really long ones. And looking back at those journals a couple years later, I saw that there was a story in there, like a story that went beyond sports, about adversity, facing your doubts head on. And I decided to write the book, send an email to Ziggy to write the foreword for me. He did that for me. And then the book came together in about 6 months, and we've got it out there this week, and it's doing really well.
How important was that for you to get that out there, to get your story out there and hopefully inspire other people?
Very important. So for me, it was therapy during the injury, being able to document my wins, my losses, my victories, my setbacks, the things I hope to achieve and my goals. And then for other people, it's especially young players who have injuries, knowing that it's not the end, you can come back. And it's hit people who don't even play the sport, who just have hard time in other areas of life. So I think it's doing the job it's supposed to do.
The book is called 500 Days. Day one was obviously something that changed your life, but also day 500, yes. That day you came back, was quite an occasion, wasn't it? How do you contrast those two very different days?
They go hand in hand. It's like two sides of the same coin. I experienced the lowest thing you can experience in sports, and then the highest thing also. And I talk about in the book, I was training really well at the time, but Ziggy wasn't putting me in any games. And then we played a game in Trinidad against a Champions League team that wasn't very good. And I thought, I'm definitely playing this game. And Ziggy didn't put me on. And I was so upset with him. But 5 minutes to go, he calls me over and says, I didn't play you tonight because you're starting on Sunday. So to go from not playing to starting a game was huge. And then I came back in a game, and the rest is history.
Yeah, everyone remembers that spine-tingling moment. Yeah. And it's very hard for players, ex-players, to move away from Seattle because of the pull it has. You went down to Portland and you're back here, and you've got big things planned, one of which is working with a couple of guys on the broadcast team. How much are you looking forward to that?
I am very, very excited. I knew that once I retired or stopped playing, I'd always come back home, which is Seattle, and to be involved with the organization at any level, I would have done anything they asked me. And so to do broadcasting with some really cool people, I'm excited about that.
Naming no names?
No names. No, I'll say Casey Keller, just in case he's watching. But no, just to be on the other side of it. I've been a player, so I understand the game from that side, but I want to see the other side of it, seeing how to analyze a game and kind of cheer the team on as a fan, but also giving perspective to it.
And what do you think, early days, of course, with the squad taking shape for the Sounders, coming in as Supporters' Shield champions, what kind of a year would you expect for the Sounders?
Just to build. I think every year this team has been here, it's gotten better every year, which is very hard to do in this league. I think Ziggy and the coaching staff have done a very good job if you really look at what they've done. And last year we were very hard to top. I know the team's hungry to win an MLS Cup. Some of the guys who've been there for a long time now, club captain Brad, Ozzy, those guys, I think they now feel that this is their year, and I'm excited to see it unfold.
And for you, just finally on a personal note, you're coming back to Seattle. You lived in a different place. We won't mention that place in Oregon. But also your fiance's from Seattle, so life is moving on apace. Yeah,
life is happening how it should. We retire is a pretty big thing, but as I said, to stay involved in the game through the Sounders is huge. I'll be able to come back and live here in the city, still be involved with the team on game days and stuff, and do broadcasting. My fiance's up here. It's going to be a fun time.